Hi, this is Mike Radke. Welcome back to our 30 Days of Light. I'm sitting here enjoying the Masters tournament here, and that is, well, for those of you that like golf, would appreciate the tournament. But sitting here, and I was thinking about, is showing up enough to get what you want out of life? And I've been having this discussion with a few of our clients, and is it enough? And in my eyes, I don't think always it is, because it reminds me of a story and an experience that I had as a freshman in high school. I went to one of the top high schools in Chicago, and even in the country. It was Mount Carmel High School, and I really, really, really wanted to play football for this school. I mean, it was really something that I wanted to do. But when I got there, day one, there was 110 freshmen out there wanting to play. And realized right away that showing up is not going to be enough to get yourself noticed, to get yourself on this team, or at least get a chance to play. And really what happened is they only had enough equipment for 75 players. And at this point in my career, I wasn't on the coach's radar. So they gave me a helmet and they gave me pants with pads, but they didn't have enough shoulder pads. And I didn't have all my equipment until day 3. I had this 2 days just going through the drills and running and not being able to be in any of the hitting, and it was driving me crazy. I was just jumping at it. But finally I got my pads, and I got a chance to get placed at least in a spot, and the coaches placed me as a defensive cornerback, and they put me at the third string. And, of course, in my eyes, I felt I was no third stringer. I really wanted to play, and I began eyeing my competition up and playing against them pretty fiercely. I wanted this, and but practices were going on, and yes, I was coming to, and I was showing, trying to do my thing, or just try to get noticed. And we had our first practice game, and of course I was on the bench this game, and I was going nuts. I wanted to play so bad. And the game, we won the practice game, but when we got to the next practice, our defensive back coach wasn't real happy with the starters' performance in that game. And he really felt we needed some toughening up. And this is a full-time Chicago firefighter who coached on the side, and I could still hear his voice in my head. He just had this booming, powerful voice. And so he got us. He said, you guys need to get tougher. He used different language, but the point was is he made us do this drill. It was kind of a little suicidal, but it is a point of where two players get on the ground, head to head, but we're about 10 yards apart. And what you do is you blow the whistle, and you just come in and just knock the heck out of each other. You just, run in, and it was just like, may the best man win, or may the best person be standing. He didn't plan this, but I got a chance where, the numbers that came up, I had to go head-to-head with the starting defensive back at the time. That was definitely, he started the game. And so we got down, on our backs, and the coach blew the whistle, and I ran him over. I was just like so pumped up and so ready for it. I ran the guy over, and the coach was jacked up. Everybody's jacked up. I was just fired up. And so the point was is that then all of a sudden I got noticed, and I got noticed by the coach, and I was on his radar. And another thing that happened in that practice was we were running kickoff return practice, and we were doing it live, and we had live hitting going on, and they ran a kickoff return, and the returner, the coaches felt lacked effort on that return. And because I was on the radar now of the defensive back coach, he said, "Coach, I've got somebody for you," and he threw me in there, and and I had the chance now to all of a sudden be a returner. And then I got the kickoff, and I took it, and I ran it back for a touchdown. It was just a pretty exciting moment to not only one is to get vaulted into the forefront as a defensive back, but now even having another opportunity to be a returner. And I became a starter at defensive cornerback the rest of my career, and I became a punt returner in the end because they just really liked my consistency back there and how I handled myself. But that moment, it wasn't just showing up. It was the moment when you have that chance and you're given that opportunity. Showing up isn't enough. You need to be ready, and you need to perform when you have that shot, and that's the most important thing. And that vaulted me through my career to, one is to become a starter, and then as I got up to a junior in varsity, when I moved up to the varsity squad, I was one of the few juniors who got a chance to start. And and it was based on my performance. It wasn't based upon just showing up. And then my senior year, I started and then was voted as one of 4 captains of our team by our teammates. So, I just, going back to that freshman story, the person that was ahead of me, he got a full scholarship. It's a private high school, and he got a full scholarship to play football, and he didn't even take one hit as a high school football player, and so it's something about getting an award before you actually deserve it and before you actually perform. And I didn't get a full ride to the school. I had to work after school to go, but I wasn't bitter about it. I just wanted to play, and I wanted to play so bad at that school. So I just wanted, just to kind of tell you, just that, if you want something, you got to really be ready to perform, and it's not just showing up. You just can't just show up every day. You've got to actually do it and be passionate about it and just get after it. So that's just, one of those things that I think if you become passionate about it and you go after it, you will get what you want out of it all. So thanks for listening, and we'll talk again in our next 30 Days of Light. Have a good day, everybody.